Hello students, welcome back to the online class of chemistry. In this video, we'll continue with the chapter Elements, Compounds and Mixtures. In the previous video, we have studied how we can separate the solid and solid mixtures. We have studied the methods how to separate the solid-solid mixtures. Now, today we'll study about how to separate solid and liquid mixtures. So let's start. Separating solid liquid mixtures. So the first is sedimentation and decantation method. A solid and liquid mixtures can be mainly of two types. One in which the solid is soluble in the liquid and another in which the solid is insoluble in the liquid. So in this method sedimentation and decantation method is used when the solid and liquid mixture contains a heavy insoluble solid mixed with the liquid. So in such case, the mixture is having the solid which is insoluble in it, and it is heavier also, so that we can easily see the solid particles, and heavier means it will settle at the bottom, like the mixture of sand and water. So if we mix sand in water, you can see the sand particles easily. So this is the mixture of sand and water. So such insoluble solids like sand particles, if we allow this mixture to stand for 1 hour, for half an hour, so the sand particles will settle at the bottom because they are heavy. So this settling down of heavy insoluble impurities is called sedimentation. So this is sand particles, they will settle at the bottom and they are known as sediment. Now the lighter liquid can be slowly removed and collected separately. So what we do, we'll take another beaker, and with the help of a glass rod, we slowly pour the water into the another beaker, and the water can be separated easily. So this is the method sedimentation and decantation. First, the sand particles will settle at the bottom, and then we remove the liquid from the mixture. So this method is known as sedimentation and decantation method. The next method is filtration. It is used when solid liquid mixture contains a light insoluble solid mixed with the liquid, such that the insoluble solid floats on water. The components of such mixtures are separated by passing the mixture through a filter. And this filter, it can be a filter paper, a muslin cloth, or a sieve. So the liquid passes through the filter, like if this is we are using in this diagram, this funnel contains the cone of a filter paper. So this filter paper will act as a filter. Now we have used the muddy water. We have to separate the mud from the water. You have seen when we mix mud in water, the particles of soil will float on water, and some are settled at the bottom also. So they are not dissolved in water. So muddy water, we have to separate the mud and water. So in this, we take one funnel, and at the bottom of the funnel, we'll keep one flask. Now what we do, we slowly pour the muddy water through this funnel, and inside the funnel one filter paper is there. So when we pass the muddy water through the funnel, the clean water after passing through the funnel will collect in this beaker, and this water is clean, and this is known as filtrate. The clean water is filtrate, and the mud or the soil particles will not pass through the filter paper, and it will be collected on the filter paper as residue. So we can separate the light insoluble impurities from the liquid by filtration method. So we have studied two methods, sedimentation and decantation, and filtration. So these methods, sedimentation, decantation and filtration method, is also used to clean the water before the water is supplied to our homes. Like generally the river water from the river water is supplied to our homes. So before supplied to our homes, the river water is collected in very big tanks, and they are known as sedimentation tanks. So there the insoluble impurities like sand, mud and other rocky particles will settle at the bottom, and this process is sedimentation. Then the water is passed through another tank, and where the water is filtered. So they pass through the filters where the lighter impurities will filtered, and then the water is passed through another tank. Then water is purified by passing chlorine through the water, and this chlorine gas kill the germs and the bacteria of water. Now the water is pure and it is purified to it is supplied to our homes. So these two methods are used for purification of water also. Now the next method we'll study is evaporation. Solids that are soluble in a liquid can be separated from the liquid by evaporation. The liquid changes into vapor on heating, and the solid is left behind as residue. Like salt and sugar are soluble in water. Now how we can separate the salt and sugar from water? So in such cases we use the method evaporation. In this method we take the mixture in a china dish. This is a dish known as china dish, and we keep it on a stand, and then we have to heat the mixture. So in this dish, this is the solution of sugar and water. Now when we heat this solution, what happens? The water, after heating, the water evaporates. And when all the water evaporates, the sugar is left behind in the dish. So this way we can separate the sugar and water by the method evaporation. So this is the method evaporation. We heat the mixture, the liquid evaporates, and the solid component will left in the dish. And through evaporation, we obtained the salt from sea water. Sea water is collected in the shallow lakes called lagoons. After the water evaporates, the salt is collected and sent to the factories for purification. So evaporation method is used for obtaining the salt from sea water. So this completes our chapter Elements, Compounds and Mixtures. I request you to watch the videos again and again so you can understood all the things well. With this video, I'll send you the lesson plan also. You have to do the question answers in the chemistry copy, and the diagrams are also there. And the other exercises like fill in the blanks, match the following and choose the correct answers, you will do in the book only. All the exercises will be done in the book only. Thank you. Have a nice day.